Come on. I like that, y'all. The H, the E, the
Are you a HELIVE teacher? HELIVE teachers not only think outside of the box, they break the box.
I like that. The H, the E,
Are you a HELIVE teacher? A HELIVE teacher is someone who never stops learning.
We know that highly efficacious, efficient, and effective educators expect their students to succeed.
Yes, y'all. Watch out!
HELIVE, Highly Efficacious, Effective, and Efficient Educators, is a series of 22 live lessons that focus on different areas of teacher efficacy, advocacy, and support.
HELIVE teacher brings fun into the classroom.
HELIVE teachers bring excitement to the classroom.
They welcome change into their classroom. They are masters of the subject and the content that they teach. And most importantly, they never stop learning. So again, I ask, are you a HELIVE teacher?
We're excited that you can join us, so stay tuned for our upcoming HELIVE lessons, and we look forward to learning and growing with you. Thank you.
Yeah, come on. I like that, y'all. The H, the E, the H, the E, the H, the E, the H, the E, I like that, The H, the E, H, E, H, E, Heck yeah. Yes, y'all. Watch out. H-E-Dot.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Keishla Wiley, and I bring you greetings from Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the HELIVE Summer Learning Series, where our goal is to inform, empower, and encourage educators, families, and all those that hold a stake in education. Whether it is your first time joining us or you've attended other sessions, we want to thank you for your presence and your participation as we learn and grow tonight. Tag Lavetta, you're it.
Hey, my fellow Texans. Thank you, Keishla. I'm live from Dallas, Texas. So hello to everyone. I see Dr. Labata Taylor is here with us again. So hello, Labata Taylor. Glad to see you. Angela Van, hey. So glad to see our regulars. I see the DMV is here from Williamsburg, Virginia. So make sure you tell us where you're watching us from. Simone, Tag, you're it.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm Simone from North Carolina and I live in Maryland. So we're excited tonight. We have the one and only our First Lady of He Live joining us tonight. So we want to introduce to y'all the one and only Dr. Johnny Cruz. Dr. Unmute.
I'm on mute. Sorry. Thank you. I'm really glad to join you on this evening. This is an exciting evening because we get to begin to hear from our state tag teams, our state equity warriors. And if you don't know, you're getting ready to learn who they are. And the work that they've been doing, you've been watching that outro video, you're getting ready to see them in live and living color as they tell you what they have planned for digital programming in these internet streets, okay? As we continue this good education advocacy work. So I'm so excited. And Simone, I'm going to kick it back to you. Unmute.
Thank you so much, Dr. Craig. Listen, we're excited. So I always say, y'all, I'm from North Carolina and I live in Maryland. So this makes it all better tonight because I'm in Virginia right now. I have to drive back through DC to get home to Maryland tonight. So I represent DMV in every way possible. So I'm excited. So we're about to introduce the one and only Dr. Candace Boyd-Wyatt. She was a presenter of HELA. She did an amazing job. So welcome, Dr. Candace Boyd-Wyatt.
Oh, good evening to my beautiful, beautiful sisters. It is so great to be with you this evening.
All right.
I am bringing up our PowerPoint presentation, and I want to say good evening to all of the listeners, not only in the DMV, but across the United States and even globally. We are the D to the M to the V. We are 15 exceptional equity warriors representing the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. And for this evening, we're going to give you just a brief snippet, just a brief summary of the wonderful activities we have planned for the DMV. Our theme is injustices in education. And here are a few of the items and a few of the activities we have planned. So first, I'm going to turn it over to T.J. Baker.
Well, thank you, Dr. Candace, and good evening to everyone on attendance this evening. So listen, we haven't seen this much social injustice and social activism since the late 1960s. And we're all in is a look at how we can help our children be able to get into fight in our schools, outside of our schools, in our local communities, especially in the DC area. We're going to have the opportunity to bring in students. We're going to have the opportunity to bring in educators. We're going to have the opportunity to bring in community change agents and also police officers to kind of look at, can we continue to just teach a regular curriculum, or do we need to put things in place so we can also teach our children the proper way to be socially active, also help them work within their community, work with our local change agents, work with our community officials, and also work with our police officers so we can kind of bring what we see in our climate back to normal when everything's all said and done. So once again, we hope everybody's a part of All In, taking place September 9th at 7 p.m. All In is. Tag to Miss Veronica Menifee, you're it. Let's go.
Thank you, TJ. Good evening. Oh, there I am. Thank you so much. Some of our confirmed guests for equity and education are fantastic. We've got a K through 12 educator who works with equity. We have a person who works with their PTA and their community at large. And we have a dynamic principal from the Washington, D.C. area. And we are just excited for them to share their expertise and to engage with our audience on this important matter of equity in education. And keep it with our theme of injustices in education, our webinar will start with just a brief overview of ESSA, which is the Every Student Succeeds Act. And then we're going to currently talk about what's going on in the DMV area, given the COVID situation. Then we want to have discussions around the digital divide, targeting the lack of technology needed for successful implementation of virtual learning in our schools. We want to look at professional developments for our teachers so that they can effectively and confidently get the curriculum the way it needs to be. Also, we want to empower our parents with resources so that they can support their students' virtual educational needs. We also want to look to the future rather, where we need to be and where we need to go and how we can get there with all that is happening with our educational funding. And finally, we want to explore how the districts can work on strengthening their existing contingency plans for the next emergency. So our panelists are going to give their assessments. They're going to give us some empowerment, and then we're going to answer questions that the community needs answers to, so that we hope that you will join us for this informative webinar. And now Danielle is going to tell us about what's happening in the next webinar. Come on, Virginia.
Have you asked yourself, who will teach us? As the world reflects on social justice and equity through a new lens, we will discuss how this impacts an authentic desire to best serve our students. We recognize that the teaching population doesn't always look like the students in our classrooms. Who will teach us is the first stage in a discussion that will address the desire to prepare teachers and schools to recruit, hire, and prepare our teaching staff to teach diverse learners. We will open Pandora's box on December 12th and start the discussion. We will provide factors to consider and resources to help you think through strategic planning and implementation based on these topics. We will discuss implicit biases and challenging racism, diversity in hiring and supporting teaching staff to successfully instruct diverse learners, and teach education programs and recruiting. In April, we will delve deeper into these discussions during our He Live Symposium. So join us for the conversation, invite friends, colleagues, and decision makers who can add insight or who will use the discussion as a springboard to begin courageous conversations and strategic planning in your school district. Up next, we will have Dr. Renata A. Hetherington-Jones to discuss educator self-care. Tag, you're it.
I got it because I know how important the educator self-care is. So we're all in. We know about equity in education and the importance. And this is a lot for us to bear, but those 22 ladies who marched on that day, who knew they had no rights, but they had a way to go to get there, they were thinking about us. So what we're going to turn around and do, we're going to talk about who's teaching those kids and how to respond. Because when we teach children, we're teaching the whole community, the villages reconvene. And then when we go back to the village, we got to know how to take care of ourselves, take those deep breaths, meditate, dance, sing, and be happy and maintain some presence about ourselves, because the children are role modeling. Everything we do is coming back our way. So when everybody's in and everybody's teaching, equity is understood, then we know what places we need to go and how we need to start. But we have to be healthy. We have to be healthy physically, emotionally, socially, and we're going to understand. We're bringing expert clinicians to the table to talk to us to identify post-traumatic slave syndrome, intergenerational slavery, and how that impacts the learning process. We're also going to talk about what we as educators can do from K through higher education, because no matter where we go, self-care matters and is very important. So I'll see you in February as we start the healing that only we can do, because we are builders, we are healers, and we are the next day. See you all then. So back to Candace.
Thank you so much. So as you can see, injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. So please connect with us. Join us in the fight for better education. If you'd like to share, join us on Facebook. If you'd like to tweet, join us on Twitter. And if you want to connect via email, please connect with us at dmvdtectag1@gmail.com. So again, this is just a small snippet of the D to the M to the V, the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia. Thank you so much. And I will turn it back over to the He Live crew.
Hey, listen. I really am going to be a part of this team now. I know I said I wasn't. Listen, guys, I'm an official member of the DMV DTEC team. Y'all did an amazing job. I am so thankful. Y'all did a great job. So on behalf of the HELOC team tonight, we want to present D to the M to the V TAG Equity Warriors with a certificate of thank you. Thank you so much. We look forward to all the things you're doing. Thank you for the work that you're already doing. Y'all did an amazing job. And so we look forward to all the things y'all gonna do. So thank y'all so very much. And as y'all exit the screen, I'm gonna bring Miss Lavetta back up. So thank you guys so much, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Let me say kudos to Dr. Wyatt, Veronica, TJ, Danielle, and who am I missing? Dr. Jones, everyone, the whole team. Shout out to the DMV. I mean, they covered all aspects. If you are wanting to connect with them, they are going to take care of all the needs and all the concerns around educational issues. Specifically, they are targeting equity in education. Their first program is going to look at having a guest panel. They're going to talk about current issues. They're going to have administrators and teachers, and they're going to be able to really have a good, healthy discussion around what's going on in your specific area. They're going to talk about professional development. And the key thing that I really took away from that is how do we strengthen our district's plan around the COVID return? So we know that by then, all school districts will be having either synchronous or asynchronous plans actually being implemented. So they're going to discuss where are we and how can we improve that. Later in the year, in December, they're going to have an opportunity to talk about who's teaching our kids. They're going to talk about recruiting and hiring teachers and ensuring that we have quality people and persons and certified teachers in front of our children. So that whole session in December is going to be so good. And then Dr. Hedgerton Jones brought it on home with self-care matters, and that for educators, we know that right now that we're going through a lot of anxiety. We are stressed. We are anxious about the return. We're anxious about our children. We want to be face-to-face with our children. We want to hug them. We want to take care of them. That's why we're educators. That's why we are so successful at what we do. And so in February, the DMV team is going to focus on self-care, making sure that the educators, that you get that good sound direction and guidance from clinicians, people that have true expertise in those areas. So in February, the DMV is going to lead discussions and recommendations for educators in that time. So as we are setting up, we have another team coming in. Miss Simone, are we ready for our next team? We are ready. Let's go.
Miss Vet, you do such a good job. Thank you so much. So guys, listen, you already heard DMV, right? To the D, to the M, to the V. So I own that. That's my TAG equity team. So now we're excited. We're going down to the dirty South. We're about to bring in Georgia. We are so excited to have Georgia. I believe Miss Cantrell Gibson is going to be the one to introduce them. So I'm going to bring her to the screen. How are you, Miss Cantrell, today?
I am wonderful this evening in yourself. Thank you for having us.
You are so welcome. I'm going to slide out the screen. I'm allow the Georgia team to do what y'all do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, let's get ready to play some ball. Greetings, the Georgia TAG Equity Warriors. We began our journey together. back in 2014 with the Delta Teacher Efficacy Campaign, known today as DTEC. From there, we moved on to teachers advocating to lead great change. With that being said, known today as, you guessed it, TAG. Currently, we are highly efficacious, effective, and efficient educators here with Beeline. With that being said, I will now present to you the Georgia TAG Equity Warriors. First, we have our pitcher. That would be Dr. Sharcinda Covington. Next, we have our catcher, Eula Lewis Spivey. On first base, we have Judith A. Williams. Second base would be myself, Kentrell Gibson Brown. Third base, we have Robin Marshall Watson. Shortstop, you guessed it, Shonda Morgan. Left field, Dr. Crystal Cooper. Let's not forget about our right field, Dr. Valerie Morgan. With that being said, I'm getting ready to turn it over to our left field, Dr. Crystal Cooper.
Hello, everybody, and we are so excited to welcome you and share with you our amazing presentation that's going to take you to our field, the haves and the have-nots, leveling the playing field by our Delta Teacher Efficacy Campaign. So when we think about who we are, we think about the heart matter and the work that's come from Dr. Joni Cruz-Craig, who's our DTEC National Project Director. She speaks so highly of who we are, how we will serve, and ways that we can stay connected. So our work this evening is to make sure that we continue to do that with you. So as we begin to unfold our great work that we're going to share with our communities, we want you to reflect on this quote by Shaheen Mystery. And it says, "A greater national focus on the criticality of educational equity is needed in order to mobilize the masses and invite everyone to be a part of the solution. Only when every person on the street realizes the role she can play in this movement can we begin to change the conversations around education. And we look to do just that. Let me take you over to our catcher, Eula Lewis Spivey."
All right, thank you, Dr. Cooper. We're getting ready to run the bases. Our core playbook will look just like this: culturally relevant pedagogy, data analysis, restorative justice, social emotional learning, STEM, student engagement, teacher evaluation, and last but not least, technology. So let's get ready to run some bases. I'm passing it on to my third baseman, Robin Watson.
Hello, thank you, Eula. So our Georgia Dream Team plans to host monthly webinars in order to reach all stakeholders. In order to do this, we plan to meet on the first Saturday of the month with 90-minute sessions. We will do this virtually via StreamYard. Why we're doing this is to level the playing field for students, parents, teachers, and community stakeholders to ensure access to quality education. The Georgia TAG Dream Team plans to do this by providing relevant and timely information to stakeholders through pre-recorded sessions with live dialogue. We also plan to disseminate handouts to accompany the content for each session. Then we plan to present each topic twice with different content. We also plan to raffle content-specific books and gift cards in order to increase our engagement. Again, these monthly webinars will be held on the first Saturday of the month with 90-minute sessions to reach all of our stakeholders. Next, we have Ms. Shonda Morgan at shortstop.
Tired of being relegated to the dugout, the state of Georgia brought out its big league sluggers. Spring training is over and the players are anxious to crack some bats of inequity. So the bases have been loaded and our uniforms are dirty with sweat and elbow grease and tears. So what are we going to do about it? Well, I'll tell you, just give me a moment. Our second baseman and our left fielder, Cantrell Gibson Brown, and Dr. Crystal Cooper will lead our very first webinar in social emotional learning. And this is comprised of 5 components. They are as follows: self-management, self-awareness, responsible decision-making, responsible decision-making, relationship awareness, and social awareness. So how can you be a part of this great work? Well, Miss Cantrell Gibson Brown, our second baseman, will tell you. September the 5th at 10:30, join us. How can you join us? Batters up. Cantrell Gibson Brown, take it away.
Now, don't forget to access our webinars and come join us while we take it to and make a home run. With that being said, you can follow us on our on Facebook, you can follow us at Georgia Dream Team Tag or at Georgia Dream Team _ on Instagram. See you on the players field. Batters up.
Listen here, let me tell y'all did an amazing job. I don't even play baseball, but I want to be like right field. Y'all did a good job. Thank y'all so much. You have your other I forgot what is Dr. Covington on your team? What's the pitcher?
She's a
pitcher. The pitcher saying, great job to y'all team. So definitely happy. So on behalf of the He Live team, we want to say thank you to Georgia Tag Equity Warriors. Y'all did an amazing job. I love the interaction, all the things y'all did, the way y'all kind of spinning around baseball. That was really, really good. So we want to say thank you so much for what you're doing for the community. Thank you so much for what you're doing with DTEC-TAG, and God bless you all. So as y'all leave the screen, Miss Lavetta will come back and she will do an amazing recap of everything that y'all just said. So thank you guys so much. Make sure y'all follow the Georgia team and connect with them. So thank you so much, lady.
Bye, Candace. Bye, Cantrell and Robin and Eula, Dr. Cooper. Hey, Dr. CC. Oh my goodness. I mean, if you are participants, those of you that are watching us, please share this. Please share this. Tag your administrators, your teachers. Please tag everyone you know. There is some phenomenal work going on through DTEC-DREF across this country. There is an opportunity for every one of you to engage. So we had the DMV and then we had Georgia. Oh my goodness. And I played a little baseball myself, softball, so I kind of felt at home. Not really, but okay. So yes, Georgia, phenomenal. I love the fact that you're going to have those monthly webinars and you're beginning with social emotional learning. That's going to be really important in that time because, again, everyone's anxious. We've got high stress, and you're going to focus on that, not just for parents, but not just for teachers, but for parents, students, administrators, everyone. So please make sure you follow the DMV. They're on Facebook. They have opportunities for you to participate. They have several. I like how they're running the bases with the CRT. Their core playbook for them includes data analysis, and it includes social justice, restorative justice, social emotional learning, teacher evaluations. I can't wait for that conversation, and technology. So yes, Georgia, you all did a great job. And Dr. CC, as the pitcher, I know this is going to be great work for everyone. And I know we have another team coming in. Oh my goodness. So we had the DMV, we heard about DMV, we heard from Georgia. So now Simone, are we ready for our next state team?
So listen, we're getting there. So I don't know if all of you who are in the comments, if you have questions so far for the DMV team or Miss Lavetta, you have any more great commentary.
Well, I was going to talk about their theme, talking about leveling the playing field, making sure there was going to be equal access to high quality education for all students, and making sure that parents were engaged, families were engaged, and that there were ongoing conversations and discussions amongst community members around ensuring this for all students. I like them when they talked about working on that digital divide and making sure that everyone had access. So yes, thank you to the DMV, to Georgia. for that focus around education. That yes, education is a civil right, and so they're going to bring that as a highlight, as a focus in the state of Georgia. So again, if you are in Georgia, if you're not in Georgia, these are going to be virtual. You can clue in, you can make sure that you get that same information. It is the top best professional development that you could probably find anywhere. So I'm excited. I'll be watching myself and participating.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vetta. You're just the best. You're the best. So Tennessee is here. So I'm going to introduce them. Yeah, Tennessee is here. So listen, we are down to our last team tonight. And we are really, really excited. These ladies, they hold it down. I know when I attended the closing ceremony last year in October in DC, that it was Miss Jody, and she was holding it down. And now she has a wonderful Amisa with her. So I'm gonna welcome the Tennessee team. I'm gonna bring both of these amazing ladies. Amisa, you already met her earlier this year. She not this year, but earlier in our summer series, she presented an amazing presentation. So we're so excited to welcome the Tennessee team. So welcome Miss Amisa and Miss Jody. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Hi, how are you?
How are y'all? So I'm gonna slide out the screen and y'all do y'all thing, because y'all making DTEC-TAG look real good tonight.
All righty. Woo.
Okay.
Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone doing today? As Cinema said, we want to definitely thank Cinema and Dr. Levels for allowing us to come in. And it sounds like the DMV and Georgia are doing amazing things in their state in terms of pushing our children to be the very best that they can be. We are the Tennessee team, teachers advocating to lead great change. I am Amisa Green from the great city of Nashville, Tennessee.
And I am Jody Jones-Lucas, here representing in Tennessee, in Memphis, Tennessee, and we are your regional change agents for Tennessee. And so some of what we are doing down here in Tennessee is what we want to do is we're using reading to establish a consistent audience and also partnerships between parents, students, teachers, and community members for the benefit of all children. All of this, our goal is encompassed in our Education is Freedom reading program. And as educators, we know that there are cognitive processes that students have to go through in order to work with knowledge. And so we're offering this program as a resource that allows students and as well as different education stakeholders to encounter these processes in education. And so we partner with the Book Nook program, and this is our reading application that we use to help children with their decoding, to help them practice word meaning and also sentence comprehension.
And
so, go ahead, Lisa.
I'm sorry, excuse me. If you are interested in participating in this program is for students in grades kindergarten through 8th grade. So any student having problems with reading in grades kindergarten through 8th grade are more than welcome to participate in this particular program. Also, if you are looking to volunteer or wanting to assist and help students achieve greatness in reading, this is anyone who is a teacher or a non-teacher is welcome to volunteer in this program. And we'll talk to you about how to get in touch with us on doing that near the end.
Yes, and so one requirement that we have for this program is free of charge. But the only requirement that we have is that each student has a parent, a guardian, or community member to engage in these webinars that we're planning to offer to the public. And so these webinars, they were designed to increase community engagement and educational settings in ways that will benefit our students. So this is the list of our upcoming digital programming. In October, we have our Nightmares in Education, and this webinar will focus on student pathways.
And in this particular webinar, we will discuss student growth from beginning to end. We will explain what growth means and how to help students become better and reach the advanced level. We will also discuss traditional, vocational, and remediation and how it looks in terms of instruction. We will discuss the end of the program and how we look to expand Book Nook in the future. We will also explain the terms proficient, advanced, basic, and below basic so that parents will understand what students are needing in order to become successful.
Yeah, and so we have planned all of these with our stakeholders in mind, with locally. So we've canvassed our audience, and we know that with everything that's happening in education, if we're not on top of things and we're not understanding what's going on, it can very well turn into a nightmare. And so all of this is planned intentionally, but we also want to equip parents and guardians and stakeholders and different community members with the information that they need to be able to navigate this educational landscape. And so the webinar that we have planned in December was intentionally planned in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and we're calling it Good Grief because with everything going on with this pandemic, we have experienced loss on many different levels, and we want to make sure that we have systems of accountability and we're able to assess where we are so that we're able to move forward in a healthy way. So this webinar, we're going to focus on those things, but we're also going to weave in information about assessment and accountability.
And to follow up with what Jody had stated earlier with with our webinar for this particular month, we will discuss the history of testing and how the test has looked over the past 5 years. If you think back to 2016, where they began to put testing on computers and making it digital, and the glitches that we had there, as well as some of the successes that we've had since then. We will also explain the use of technology with TNReady and how it's had its issues and how it has worked out in order to become successful. We will discuss the use of Q-Star in many districts to replace TNReady. We will discuss the effects for children, teachers, and schools with BookNook and how BookNook will help students to get or to receive the success necessary on those particular tests. We will look at data, and we will discuss the pre and post assessments of BookNook and where the students should be by the end of the program. And we will also discuss the long term. Where do we see BookNook in the future, and would we like to use this particular program again to work with students?
In February, we're going to be offering a relationship summit. And if you know anything about relationships, you know that the relationships you keep can very well determine the goals that you meet. And so there have to be standards in place. And so this is our opportunity to use the month of February to weave in information about educational standards.
Okay. And in addition to, we will also explain what the standards are and how to understand them. We will explain what is expected and how to break them down by using certain verbs to help parents understand what they are to do and how they can assist their student or help their child. We will also discuss policy. We'll use a game to break down verbs and the standards, and you'll see that when we have the webinar in February. We will also explain what culturally relevant teaching is and how it should look in classrooms today. And finally, we will discuss social and emotional learning, which is necessary and needed as students look to return to classrooms post-COVID and racial injustice.
And in late March or early April, we're going to be having our HE Teacher Symposium. And this is the time when we're really going to be reaching out to our educators, but also our education stakeholders, because we know budget season is going to be rolling right back around. And depending on where we are in the school year and all of what we've gone through up until this point with all the different changes that's going on, that data and finance piece is going to be very important so that we are able to move forward and plan for the next school year.
And in this particular webinar, we will discuss school budgets and how data drives funding for districts. We will also take a look at the DTEC budget. We will encourage parents to discuss the budget for their particular district and how to take this information or to take these questions to school boards, councils, and or county commissions. We'll also look at the RTI usage in school and how it is funded, how schools are budgeted and what it's used for, and to also discuss the student budget.
All right, so how do you get involved? Well, you can do that by following our Facebook page for updates. You can find us at TNT, Tennessee TAG, DTEC.
And you can also, if you have any questions or you would like to get involved and like to become a volunteer, or you have a learner that is needing some additional help with reading, you can also email us at TennesseeTag@gmail.com.
And so there you have it. Tag, you're it. We are your Tennessee team, and we look forward to serving you all.
Ladies, y'all did an amazing job. I think the best way to summarize is I'm gonna go back to one of the comments because Keishla posted in the comments. She says let me go back to her comment. The strong arm of your two. Tennessee holds it down. Amazing work for students. So,
we got this.
Yes, thank y'all so much. Y'all did an amazing job. So Keisha's going to do the BYOV, but why I have you up here, hopefully my team won't get upset with me. So Dr. Martha Lou Stewart had a question. So y'all here, so I figured let's ask. What a great presentation, Tennessee. Is it possible to expand it to include family literacy? In many of our underserved communities, children teach family members how to read as they are learning. Great work, and thank you.
Yes. So I believe that with this Book Nook program, it does have the capacity to include family literacy. It also has a component specifically for our dual language learners or our English language learners. So yes, it is definitely something that has the capacity to expand to meet that goal.
Yes.
All right. Thank y'all so much for listening. On behalf of the He Live team, we want to say thank you so much for being Tennessee TAG Equity Awards Night. You ladies did an amazing, amazing job. We are so thankful and grateful that y'all are here. We're going to bring Miss Lavetta back up to kind of summarize what y'all did. So as y'all exit, stay tuned to us. Please engage in the comments. Y'all did an amazing job. Here's Miss Lavetta.
Thank you. Hey, Lavetta. Good to see you again.
Miss Lavetta, you on mute.
Thank you. I'm so excited just to see Jody and Misa. I'm so excited to see them. So, again, this is our third state presentation tonight. Tennessee, the power of two. They said when one or more are gathered, right? So they came together and they are going to do some phenomenal work in the state of Tennessee. And so while I know they're representing their counties, anyone that is interested in getting connected to them, please do. I love the fact they're focusing on literacy initially. They're going to start off with literacy. They talked a lot about education is freedom is the name of their reading program. They're going to focus on decoding and word meaning. How important is that? We have so many of our children that are behind in reading levels. And if we really tackle that early, we can ensure that all students are reading on grade level, specifically by third grade. And we know the research says that when our students are reading on grade level by third grade, it highly increases their opportunities to go to college and to graduate from college. So we want to make sure that we support Tennessee. All of those persons in the Tennessee area, please tag in with them and those monthly digital programs. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to sit in on the one on the finance, the one on budget, the one that talks about the standards and the policies. They're going to teach parents on how to look at the standards in the state of Tennessee. What does that look like in your home? How can you support your child? And then how can you take your concerns to the school board? I love that they're going to teach parents, they're going to empower parents to have conversations. They're going to build the capacity of parents and educators so they can go to the policymakers and make those requests, informed requests to have informed decisions. So kudos to Tennessee. Shout out to Missa. Shout out to Jody. Love the fact that you're focusing on reading. Love the digital programs and also with that teacher symposium. Kudos. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Kudos.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Kudos to all the teams who showed us what is going on in their regions and their states tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for that informed information. Well, guys, we've come to the time of our session. It's BYOV time. That's Bring Your Own Voice. And so I have a special guest joining me today for Bring Your Own Voice. We're going to bring her in, the He Live First Lady, Dr. Johnny Cruz Craig. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. This is exciting to be here for BYOV, especially as we're talking about the tag teams. Listen, what they just did, I am so full.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I myself am so empowered to hear all of the work, number one, on top of everything else they do. Y'all know I always got to say this kind of stuff because there ain't no checks going out for this.
No.
And I got to put this out here and out here for everyone. This is truly hard work. These tag equity warriors are out here leading Some of them are being the squeaky wheel, putting themselves in situations that may work a little difficult because they're opening their mouth and they're speaking up.
Yes,
So
yes.
listen here, Georgia, DMV, and Tennessee, I am so extremely godly proud of each of you on tonight. And I look forward to going through these questions. And then I'm looking forward to next Tuesday as well. Okay, Keisha.
All right. So let's get to the questions. Thank you for sharing it. Okay, so what are some ways anyone can connect with DTEC? Let's say someone wants to be a DTEC, not just a partner, but they want to be a part of a team.
So if they're in the area, they really can directly reach out to that particular tag team. Mm-hmm. So each tag team tonight showed where they were on social media. They gave emails. If you have a hard time connecting there, you can just send an email to us and we'll connect you on email with that team lead or a couple people from that team to sort of pull you in for this digital program, because it takes planning. It takes implementation. Volunteers are needed. Collaborators are needed. Partners are needed. Please reach out and connect with them. Follow them on social media. You can follow DTEC-TAG on social media on all platforms and follow some of the messaging that we have out. And we're going to be also blasting out their digital events as they come up. Yes. But definitely in that local area, connect with these tag equity warriors.
Absolutely.
Connect with these tag equity warriors, because your gift and your talents may just be what any team needs to take it to the next level, to expand the reach, to have greater impact, because that's the goal. We're shifting. That's what we're about. And the more, the merrier, because that momentum won't be stopped.
I know that's right. Y'all heard that? Connect. Let's get connected. All right, we have another question. Do you have to be a member of Delta Sigma Theta to connect?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. From the beginning, and that's been a misnomer, that's been a myth. Yeah. You know, just because we are DREF and we are partners with Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, which we are so grateful for that. Yeah. But you do not have to be a member of the organization to be a tag equity warrior at all. When we started DTEC-TAG, that was really important that was clear. I know the message hadn't been that clear, so we're clearing it up right now. Yeah. Male, female, any organization, no organization. Listen, if you got the heart of the child and the heart of education, and you got the heart of advocacy, and you're in one of these states, or if you're not in one of these states and you can bring some gifts to the national team to help push out these states until maybe we expand, bring it on.
Yes.
Bring it on. We welcome you. We welcome your gifts. We welcome it all. Bring it on. Everybody.
I love it. Yes. Y'all heard that. If you have a heart for children and a heart for education, bring it on. That's what she said. Bring it on. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? Okay. I don't think we have any more questions. So Dr. CC, this is a comment from Miss Martha. She said, super job to all the presenters. It just doesn't get any better. I can hear her voice. Informative, authentic, creative, and super engaging. Proud to know each of you change agents. So shout out to all the change agents that presented tonight. Well, again, thank you, Dr. Craig, for joining us for BYOB, and we'll be right back with you. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight. It has been an amazing show. It has been an informative show. You've learned more about what TAG is and what we actually do, the work that is actually done. So again, and I like the fact that we were able to cover the point that you do not have to be a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, although it is the best sorority, but that's not why I'm here to talk about it. You don't have to be a member of that sorority, but you do have to be a member of the Heart for Education sorority or fraternity. So make sure if you have a heart for education, get involved. Well, we're going to go ahead and move along and close out in just a minute. Right now, we're going to get ready to spin our wheel. You guys may see the survey link scrolling across the screen or in the comment section. Be sure to grab that out. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and fill out the survey. Once you fill out the survey, your name will be entered into a drawing for a Visa gift card. So we're going to go ahead and pull from this last week's survey. Not last week, when was it? Tuesday. All right. And our first winner is Dr. Labata Taylor. You back, girl. You back. Congratulations. Also, our second winner is Antoinette Taylor. It's a Taylor night. Congratulations. Congratulations, Dr. Taylor and Dr. Taylor. Also, guys, I want to kind of spotlight a couple of things that we have going on that we want to spotlight. So coming up Saturday, September 12th, 2020, we have Strengthening Equity Education Coalitions for African Americans. You can find this flyer on our DTEC-TAG page for more information. But this is a virtual annual roundup. It is featuring guest panelists. You just saw one tonight, Dr. Johnny Cruz Craig, one of our representatives from the Georgia team. She wasn't on tonight, but she's the pitcher of the Georgia team, Dr. Shoshinda Covington. And then my girl, she's from the DMV team, Keisha Chandler. So again, be sure to check them out on September 12th. If you want more information about this, go to our DTEC page. Also, I want to share with you the 6th annual Professional Development Series for Educators. It's going to take place August the 31st to October 2nd, COVID-19 or not. So we want you guys to take part to get some more information and to grow and to learn more. So be sure to get this information from our page as well, the 6th annual Professional Development Series for Educators. And before we close out, I do want you guys to take a look at we have a DREF fundraiser that is taking place this weekend. Be sure to look at our DREF fundraiser video and our outro video that again gives you more information about the tag teams. I'm going to bring the HELI crew in as we get ready to say goodnight. Congratulations, not congratulations, but thank you to everybody. Isis, yes. We love you.
I know. Georgia.
Little Isis. Shout out to Isis.
Miss you, little Isis.
All right, everyone. We'll see you on Tuesday. Don't forget to join us Tuesday. We have 3 more I didn't say that. 3 more tag teams that will be representing on Tuesday. Texas is one of those teams. What up, Texas? So, and who else? I'm missing. I can't.
Florida
is going to be joining us.
And of course, you can't miss North Carolina. Come on, now. North Carolina.
North Carolina. You know that song, you know it. All right, then. Well, again, thank you guys for joining us and have a great weekend. Good night.
Before we go, guys, listen, I'm a product of not being a part of the organization. So please get connected. Isis says I'm up here for affirmative action, but I love this team. So y'all get connected to DTEC-TAG because it's a great program. So we'll see y'all later.
All right.
Oh, hi. My name is Ilana Jameson. I am the sensational South Atlantic Regional Representative for Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Join me this Saturday, August 22nd, for the Hot Summer Fundraiser hosted by DREF, where funds are being raised to empower our communities. So to my sensational collegiate sorors and friends, I hope to see you there. Let's represent and party with a purpose. Remember, this Saturday, August 22nd, reserve your spot on Eventbrite today.
We gotta fight against them, but we need numbers. We need to show up at school board meetings. We need to show up at county commissioner meetings. We need to have someone on the agenda to talk and know what they're talking about to advocate.
So that's the whole goal, just to be better, to come with the new knowledge, come with the new awareness.